Flint River was unsustainable as source water or drinking water since a 2004 geological survey reported that its contaminants were very highly sensitive, possibly carcinogenic, and toxic if untreated. The city began purchasing treated water from Detroit until 2014, when a governor-appointed emergency management official determined that switching to the Flint River while awaiting the completion of the Karanangi water system would save the city approximately $5 million. The plan was to control costs by buying raw water and treating it by their own standards. The switch would have required that the Flint River water be treated for anti-corrosion to make it suitable for drinking and to prevent the lead from leaching from the delivery system entering homes. The cost to maintain the anti-corrosion process was less than $150 per day, but was never implemented. These decisions were made without any community input from the citizens of Flint. There were no public hearings, nor businesses, hospitals, or school officials warned of the impending switch. Mostly everyone in Flint knew the river was unsafe for drinking and fishing. General Motors Corporation made the decision to switch their processing plant water when they found unacceptable levels of corrosion appearing on their auto parts after the switch. The state of Michigan employees were provided with bottled water after the switch, while citizens were never warned of the hazardous effects of using the water coming into their homes. Hurley Hospital officials reported urgent concerns to the Genesee County Health Department when elevated levels of lead began appearing in the blood work of children. Michigan Department of Environmental Quality officials warned that federally mandated lead testing in homes were producing alarmingly high levels of lead, which is in violation of the Lead-Copper Act rule. Deaths from Legionnaire disease, hair loss, rashes, and other illnesses began to occur, and hospitals warned that these diseases may be linked to water contamination. Citizens became concerned and collected bottles of poisoned water to report the changes in odor and color to authorities. June of 2014, Mayor Walling claimed that the people were wasting their precious money buying bottled water, and both he and emergency manager Early assured the people the water was safe. Governor Snyder didn't issue an order for bottled water distribution until January 2016, when he determined that there was indeed cause for action and ordered the National Guard to begin delivering bottled water, testing kits, and water filters door to door, removing fluoride as a tooth decay inhibitor and an unintended consequence, according to Dr. Rudolph Wheaton, a lifetime Flint resident and retired dentist.
So today we're here with Dr. Rudolph Wheaton, a lifetime resident of Flint, and we want to talk to him about his experiences in the Flint water crisis. So Dr. Wheaton, can you tell us how has the Flint water crisis impacted you?
It's been very traumatic. Seeing the children here poisoned by lead, it's something that you read about in science books and history books. I compare this really until the poisoning of men with the Tuskegee Institute. Nowhere else in public history have I ever seen this or heard of this in the American public. It's very devastating. We have no idea how long and the effects that it will have on children. They estimated that approximately 9,000 children have been poisoned. I think it's somewhere along 20%, so that would make it about 20,000 children. And lead is very devastating. It's a heavy metal. It can affect both health and mental abilities. It deposits in bone. And they've taken industrial wastewater that has 100 years of waste in it, heavy metals, lead, iron, mercury, and given it to the people. Nowhere else in the world, and particularly in America, would any administration or public officials give people poisoned water. These people really should be in jail.
Can you tell us about what do you think are the solutions to solving this Flint water crisis? What do you think that state officials can do, city officials can do, or the residents can do to improve the situation?
It's gone on too long. They did not get the emergency help that's needed when it was an emergency or declared an emergency. They did not call for the Army Corps of Engineers, which would have helped restore and build the facilities here and the infrastructure, the water plant, the dams, and get some kind of reasonable filtration of the water being introduced into the plant. So it's almost a patchwork situation now. So I don't have any immediate solutions except replacing all of the pipes, which I'm sure Governor Snyder is not going to do. He hasn't given Flint any of the $500 million that he had in the rainy day fund. So it's a haphazard, slap-based solution of not doing anything.
And there have been reports that have said that Flint's water is safe to drink now. Would you say that people should still drink the water even with their filters?
As a healthcare practitioner, I would recommend that you continue to use the water filters. I don't trust the people that are giving out the information. And once lead is leached from the pipes are permanently damaged. There was no corrosive material used to prevent the lead from leaching in the water. And I would not drink the water without a filter. As a matter of fact, I would only use a filter limitedly for cooking, bathing, and those sort of things. I would drink bottled water, and that has disadvantages. It has no fluoride in it for the children's teeth, and so no, you should always continue to use the water filter.
Okay. Well, we'd like to thank Dr. Wheaton for joining us and talking to us about his perspective and his story on the Flint water crisis. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
And that's it.
Local, state, and federal officials began a blame-placing campaign once the FBI launched an investigation, and the water was not cleared for drinking until 2017. Early estimations to replace corroded pipes to homes was $1.5 billion in 2016, according to Mayor Karen Weaver, but recently reduced to $7,500 per household. The population of Flint stands just under 100,000 families. Even more recent reports claim that only 25,000 homes may need pipes replaced. There doesn't seem to be a final estimate on the cost to unpoisoned Flint residents. More than $300 million has poured into the city from various federal and state agencies to address the problem. Governor Snyder reportedly had the 11th largest rainy day fund in America.
One of the things we're saving is something called the Rainy Day Fund. And that's for the tough situations where in the future, if we have difficulties, do you have some dollars to draw on? And when I took office, to give you some idea, the Rainy Day Fund had been depleted down to about 30 minutes of running state government. That's not acceptable. So last year we made a good deposit in the Rainy Day Fund, about $255 million. We're recommending a deposit this year of $130 million. But to put that in perspective, it's a good start. But where the Rainy Day Fund had been back in the past was over $1 billion. So as we continue to invest wisely in terms of where we allocate dollars currently, let's make sure we're putting some dollars aside so as we have economic downturns and other challenges, we'll be prepared. It's smart. This is what we do at home and this is what we do in our business. Let's do the same thing in government.
With over $580 million. Only $37 million was apportioned to, quote, deal with Flint. Not only is the hefty rainy day fund enough to replace the pipes, but where's the $170 million from Washington? Less than 1,000 homes have been retrofitted with new lead lines, more than 1,000 days after the crisis was identified. Now President Trump has threatened to reduce funding to the city because the politicians may be, quote, incompetent. Our media campaign would focus on raising awareness with organizations, audiences, and influencers like the World Health Organization, peace builders, activists, governmental and non-governmental organizations, along with those who may be interested in mounting a social justice movement for the citizens of Flint.
Our campaign is entitled Snyder, Where's the Money? This campaign is designed to advocate for the accountability of funding directed to the City of Flint to fix the water infrastructure. We believe this campaign would be effective as a social media campaign taking advantage of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat. We are interested in creating a space for advocates to ask Snyder, where's the money? These platforms would allow Flint residents and others a place to vent, gather accurate information, and tell their stories, such as the following example.
We're dropping a lot of free cases off here too, because for a while we just had to use actual pure water that people brought into us. We weren't allowed to use our sinks. We weren't allowed to sell pop to anyone.
Okay. You don't know anybody who just got sick from using it, like rashes, or have you heard
Actually,
any
yeah, I
cases?
do know one girl. Her baby, I think he had. Now he's got learning disabilities
Really?
from it. Yeah,
Already?
because he had lead poisoning.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And if you had a chance to say anything to Governor Snyder, what would you say?
I can't put that on camera.
Why this matters. This campaign continues to shed light on the negligence of government officials who poisoned the Flint residents through their water. No one valued the lives of the people of Flint enough to ask, is the water safe and sustainable for people to consume? The spotlight is on the millions of dollars supposedly given to the city of Flint to fix their infrastructure. Only 1,000 homes in 1,000 days have been given new pipes. By using social media, we hope to minimize any risk to our supporters and participants.
We encourage individuals and organizations to engage in the conversation by asking questions such as,
Governor Snyder, weren't the lives of Flint residents worthy of the money in the rainy day fund? Why, Governor Snyder, when this was considered a state of emergency, did you not request the Army Corps of Engineers to replace the pipes? This may have saved millions of dollars in state and federal funding.
we are hoping that by using the hashtag Snyder, Where's the Money, this campaign will go viral and put pressure on governmental officials to expedite the pipe replacement project in Flint.
Where's the money, Governor Snyder?